if you're putting teachers in the classroom that cannot pass basic reading and writing exams and demonstrate that, you're putting them in the classroom to work with students who are already experiencing low levels of low literacy achievement. That doesn't make sense to me. Guys, there's an article I came across which I find pretty interesting. I want to share this article, also share my thoughts, and would love to hear what you think about this. Now, the headline reads, "Teachers will no longer need to pass basic reading, writing, and math tests for certification in New Jersey." This is being reported by The Lion on December 31st, 2024. Before we get into this article, I do want to ask that you please like this video, also subscribe to the channel. Thank you for supporting the channel. So, the article says, a New Jersey law that removes a requirement for teachers to pass a reading, writing, and mathematics test for certification will go into effect on January 1st, 2025. This test that is being referred to is, I believe, the Praxis Core test, which is also just called the Praxis 1. The article goes on to say the law, Act 1669, was passed by Democratic New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy as part of the state's 2025 budget in June in an effort to address a shortage of teachers in the state. Individuals seeking an instructional certificate will no longer need to pass a basic skills test administered by the state's Commissioner of Education. This is no different from some other policies which have been passed in other states, essentially eradicating the requirement to take the Praxis 1 or have to pass that test in order to gain your teacher certification. And the Praxis 1 basically is like the lowest of low tests as far as teaching certifications are concerned. For me, I had to take the Praxis 2 for English content, and then I also had to take the Principles of Learning and Teaching, the PLT. So I had to take 2 Praxis exams, and I did not have to take the Praxis 1 because my ACT scores were high enough that it made me exempt from the Praxis 1, but other teachers did have to take that. Now, the way that I look at it, that just kind of tells you what is on the Praxis 1 because my ACT scores were able to be used as a substitute. So this is like kind of like some basic, reading, writing, and math that you learn in high school. All right. So continuing on in the article here, it says, just months earlier, Murphy signed a similar bill into law that created an alternative pathway for teachers to sidestep the testing requirement. A powerful teachers union, the New Jersey Education Association, was a driving force behind the bill, calling the testing requirement an unnecessary barrier to entering the profession. Teachers in the state are paid an average of $81,102 annually, according to the National Education Association. So, this is a big deal. And in my opinion, this says a lot about the state of the United States education system. Now, first of all, you may ask, well, why are they doing this? Why are they essentially lowering the bar for educators, making it easier to obtain teaching certification? And the obvious answer is the fact that we are in the midst of a national teacher shortage, which, this situation was already in play, as far as teachers leaving the profession, but COVID just exacerbated that. And a lot of teachers just decided, hey, I'm done, and got out. And we're kind of in a situation where we need teachers. And as you can see here, the solution is to lower the bar, to make the gateway into teaching easier for people. And, I have concerns about this and some questions. And of course, I want to hear what you think about this. So make sure that you leave a comment and tell me, is this a good thing making it easier for teachers to gain certification? Should they not have to take a entry level exam to demonstrate reading, writing, and math proficiency to become a teacher? Make sure you let me know. My opinion on this is, well, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure because this has become a trend of lowering the bar to make things easier for everyone in education. Let's go actually back to the students, because there's a video that I posted a while back that talked about how school districts were implementing these no fail, that's what I called it, no fail grading policies, to where teachers were prevented from giving zeros to students. And I explained the reasoning behind that. Essentially, and even where I currently work, we are told that we cannot put below a 50% in the grade book. We cannot give zeros to students. And that is the case actually for a lot of teachers. And there are a lot of teachers who complain about that and say, that's not right, because students, if they refuse to do their work, they should be given a zero. But administration is saying, no, you need to give them at least a 50% to make it easier for them to recover. So regardless of how you feel about that, and I actually, I said in that video that, well, I'm okay with that. But, my sister, she works, she's a SPED inclusion teacher in Texas, in Allen. And she disagreed with me on that and said that, I was told, actually, she said that she was told by her supervisor that for the specific student, she needed to give a zero because that needed to be reflected, because that student's behavior and what they're doing in the class, that needs to be documented. And, if they're not putting in any work, it needs to. So I think it is on a case by case basis. But my overall point here is that the bar has been lowered for students. We've made it easier for them to progress through the education system from grade to grade. Now, this same ideology, this same philosophy is being applied to teachers themselves, that we are lowering the standards and the requirements for teachers to enter into the field of education by removing this requirement for certification. They don't have to take this test any longer, which, as it says here in the title, it is a basic reading, writing, and math test. And as I said, for me, that was the ACT that was exempted me from this test. Should we be lowering the bar? I understand that this might be a short-term solution to get teachers into schools. I get that. But what are the long-term consequences? How is this going to help in the long term? And I just don't see how this is a good idea long term. And something has to be done. I don't know what the solution is. I don't know what the answer is, but maybe you guys can provide that and offer some suggestions, but I really don't know. And not only, is there a national teacher shortage, but there is a national literacy deficit. Literacy rates are at an all-time low for students. So how is it that you can improve literacy rates if you are not requiring teachers to be able to demonstrate some basic literacy skills? If you're putting teachers in the classroom that cannot pass basic reading and writing exams and demonstrate that, you're putting them in the classroom to work with students who are already experiencing low levels of low literacy achievement? That doesn't make sense to me. And so I think that, again, you're putting bodies in the classroom to take care of students, but you're getting quantity over quality. And I think my hope is that in the future that we can look at some of these policies and some things like this and work towards creating policies that are going to keep quality teachers in the classroom. Quality teachers. Because you have the good teachers leaving, getting out of the field of education because they're tired of a lot of the things that are going on. You're losing the good teachers, and you're putting anyone you can into the classroom. That doesn't fare well for anyone involved. It's not good for the students. It's not good. I mean, maybe it's good for the teachers, for the people who need the job. I mean, that's great. And I'm not saying that just being able to pass the Praxis 1 is the end all be all, because there are plenty of people who would make great teachers who maybe they do lack, some basic skills. Hopefully, I would hope that they would go on to educate themselves and to be a lifelong learner and to develop themselves. Not everybody is like that. And I question this, and I wonder what the long-term consequences are going to be. And like I said, these are just my ideas. I would love to hear your thoughts on this issue, because this is a trend. This is a trend that is going on. It's not just New Jersey, but the bar to entry and to gaining certification is becoming easier and easier and easier for teachers in not just New Jersey, but other states, in California, in New York. Another article that I would check out, because I got this article from The Lion from an article on this other website here, Campus Safety Magazine. This is actually where it stems from. And it talks about New York, California, Arizona, other places. So you can do your research on that. But before you go, please leave your comments and let me know, is this a good idea? Exempting teachers from the Praxis 1, this basic literacy test, as it reads here in the headline. Is this a good idea? Should we be doing this to get more teachers in the classroom? Is there a better way? And what are the long-term consequences of this for the United States education system? Please let me know down in the comment section. Also, like this video if you like this content, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this so you never miss out on videos. I got a lot of good stuff coming for you, especially in the near future, and I hope you all will stick around. Thank you for watching. That's all I have for you at this time. See you next time.